Okay, so this is the second Hunter x Hunter like main video on the channel, um, but this is Funko Pop about Hunter x Hunter. So, but I will put it in the Hunter x Hunter playlist just because it's solely going to be on Hunter x Hunter, and I'm just going to be talking about a bunch of the characters I like that I think should get Funko Pops. Since the Crollo Pop was put for pre-order on Chalice, I'm predicting there's going to be a new Hunter x Hunter wave with probably some commons and some store exclusives. There was a Hot Topic Hunter x Hunter chase predicted, so I could see that going a couple routes, but currently there are 6 Hunter x Hunter Funko Pops out. Um, 7 if you count the Crollo, but since it's not like nobody's got it physically yet, there's only 6 technically out, so I'm just gonna go over the ones I have really quick, and then I'll go over the ones I predict. Currently, I only have these 3. I'm trying to get the other 3 because I already have Crollo pre-ordered, and yeah, so whenever it comes, I'll have a video on it. But I don't know where I was gonna go with that, but in the last video, I said Karapika and Killua were my 2 favorite characters in the series. And I think after more stuff, I'm slowly starting to lean more to Karapika. Not anything against Killua, because he's second easily. Krollo's probably my 3rd favorite character in the series. But yeah, Karapika's probably pushed his way to number 1. But of the other 3 that I don't have, Leorio I could have got, but of the 4 main characters, Leorio is definitely my least favorite. Just because Karapika and Killua are such cool characters, and Gon's probably technically the one I would consider the true main character in the anime. I think it kind of shifts in the manga, but I haven't read the manga, so I can't say anything for certain on it yet. But yeah, these were my 3 favorite characters that had pops already, and the Gon that was the Hot Topic exclusive did get vaulted pretty recently, so if you can find that one for a good price, I would definitely recommend getting it. I think I'm going to order it from Chalice pretty soon. Hopefully it doesn't sell out. But it's been up there for a while. It is special edition sticker, but like I've mentioned in most of the videos, I really don't care about the sticker, but if I have the option, I just usually go the store exclusive sticker. But yeah, so let's get into the pops. So the first pop I'm going to predict, I'm going to have 10 on here and an honorable mention. I'll probably do the honorable mention after once I get to the top 3, I'll go over the honorable mentions. But Killua Godspeed, the only reason why I'm even hesitant that they wouldn't make Killua Godspeed is because it's kind of similar to his current pop. The only difference is the hair, because he has his lightning nin coming around him, but he doesn't have the hair, which makes it really Godspeed, I think. But yeah, like the pop doesn't look exactly like Godspeed, but it does have that lightning nin coming around him, so it might technically be. But I could see them doing like a glow pop of the Godspeed Killua, and I'll go back to the Killua real quick to show what I mean by the hair difference. So you all can clearly see the hair is like spiky, like clearly in that picture, and I'll show you the current Killua so I can show you what I mean by the hair. So like I mentioned, the hair on the current Killua is more like just classic Killua and not Godspeed, but that's the lightning nin I was talking about. So they might not go Godspeed Killua just because it's really similar to the Killua that's already out, but I could see them doing it, especially if they made it like a glow pop or maybe even like a metallic. But I would personally think they would go glow of the 2. Next, I could see them doing a Gon in his like adult form when he fights Pito. I don't know if it would essentially be like a fight pack like the Naruto versus Sasuke Funko Pop, or like the new Tanjiro versus I can't think of the Spider Demon and Demon Slayer. But they could just do the straight up form of Gon. But they could do the fight pack, which would be really cool too. But yeah, that would be one form of Gon I could see them doing, because I don't think they could really do much else than the current Gon, besides, since there already is another Gon. But I mean, it did just get vaulted, so maybe they would just do something similar to it. But Yeah, we'll just get on to the next pop. Okay, this is the last one of the characters that I think currently already have a pop. And what I mean by this is the ones that just I'm like making a variation of the pop that's already out. And this is one of the ones that was predicted for the Hot Topic chase that was rumored. Was Kurt Eyes Karapika, and it makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's a really notable feature that's not on the current pop. Um, and like I was mentioning on why I really like Karapika, and I think I might even like him more than Killua now. Just all the parallels between him and Sasuke, with Sasuke being my favorite character in Naruto. The family massacre, the vengefulness, the red eye power up, the Sharingan and Sasuke, and the Kurt Eye power up. I don't know if it has like a specific name, but I know it gives him all the nin types in Hunter x Hunter. So it makes him technically a specialist, which is really cool. And then, and they're both INTJs, which is the same personality type as me. And that's one thing I also noticed. This is kind of just a little ramble about the personality type thing, but I've noticed usually if you take like those personality type things, usually you tend to like the characters that you have a similar personality type with. And I think that's why I like Kurapika and Sasuke so much. Even though some people think Sasuke is a different personality type than INTJ, but I think he is INTJ. But that's for maybe a later video. Okay, so this is a potential fight pack I could see happening, a Kurapika versus Uvigan. I'm not positive I'm pronouncing that right. It's been a while since I've watched the fight, and I can't remember if I watched it in sub or dub. I think I watched it actually in dub, but I can't remember exactly how to pronounce his name. But that would be a really cool 2-pack because, like I mentioned, this is where Kurapika's Scarlet Eye ability becomes apparent. Really cool fight. And it was crazy watching after how Uvigan had destroyed, I can't think of their names, the group that was hired in the York New City arc. I can't think of what they were, but they were supposed to be really strong, but they ended up getting clapped by Uvigan really easily. And then seeing Kurapika beat Uvigan was crazy. And like I mentioned, I'm really sorry if I'm pronouncing his name wrong. And the last 2-pack I could see happening would be Gon versus Hisoka, and this is where Gon is like starting to figure out Nin, but he doesn't have his Nin power actually, like the rock paper scissors thing. And this is in the Heaven's Arena arc. Not really a crazy pop, but really cool scene in the anime, especially when Gon gives his I can't think of what the thing is called. I'm off today. The little number thing that Hisoka had given to Gon so he could go on in the challenge. Yeah, really cool fight. So yeah, now I'm gonna go on to the next 5 characters. Actually, instead of going on to the next 5 characters, I'm gonna go into all the honorable mentions that I could also see them making. I could see them making the 3 royal guards: Pito, Poof, and Yuppie. I could see them making Jing as well. And Kite. The only reason why I don't have Kite like higher up is just because he's not in the series that long. I could also see them making Netero, since he was in a couple of the arcs and has a really cool fight in one of the later, or in the Chimera Ant arc. I could also see them making Pariston. Moral, Knuckle, and Shoot. Moral would definitely be the one of the 3 I would see the most likely happening out of that group. Silva and Zeno Zoldyck. I could see them also making all the Phantom Troop. I'm not going to go into detail on, or not name them all off, because there's one specifically that I could definitely see them making now that Crollo's been made. Yeah, and I think that's most of the ones other than the 5 that I'm going to talk about in just a second. Okay, and the first of the 5 characters that don't have a pop yet would be Nanika and Aluka. I could see it being like a Nanika with Aluka chase, since, it's kind of like the same person. So, something like this, where this would be the common, and then the other one, the Aluka one, would be the chase. Or the Nanika one would be the chase, or vice versa. I would probably make it Aluka being the common and Nanika being the chase, though. But I could just make them separate pops altogether. But yeah, even though she is only in the last arc at least the last arc in the anime, but I think she was pretty important in that arc, especially for Gon and Killua, so I could definitely see them making her, especially if they wanted to do a chase bundle, like the potential Hot Topic one, if that ends up becoming true. And the fourth character I could see them making would be Bisky. Bisky was really important in the arc I didn't like. I mean, it's not that I really didn't like it, but out of the Hunter x Hunter arcs, it was definitely not my favorite. I can't even think of what it is. It's the game arc where they're in the game. I can't think of what it's called, but she's pretty important in that arc and in the Chimera Ant arc, at least in helping training Gon and Killua. But she's super important in the what arc is she in? I'm just gonna look it up just so I don't sound stupid. Bisky arc. She is in the Greed Island arc. That's what it is. Okay, yeah. So Bisky would be the fourth character that doesn't have a pop yet that I could see getting a pop. Okay, Meruem has been rumored, and that's the only reason why I wouldn't have saved him for last, because I definitely think out of the characters that don't have a pop currently, he would definitely be the one. And also, an honorable mention could be that girl he played Gungi with. She's okay. I wasn't crazy about her. And I forgot to put her on the honorable mentions, but yeah, she could also be an honorable mention. But Meruem, like I mentioned, the only reason he's not number one for this list, him and Crollo were going to be 1 and 2, and then the Crollo pop got announced, and that's what made me decide to actually make this video, because I'd been considering making this video, but I was thinking, maybe Hunter x Hunter won't even get any more pops, and then it'll be a pointless video. But now that it appears Hunter x Hunter is getting more pops, Meruem I definitely think will be one of the characters to receive a pop. Now, whether or not it's like a store exclusive or a common, I don't have a clue yet, but I would probably hope it's a common just so it's easier to get for most people. But yeah, I could definitely see Meruem. He's the one that I would be expecting to get a pop, honestly. Okay, so Phaeton was the character I was talking about earlier that is in the Phantom Troop that I could also see getting a pop. He's probably either my favorite Phantom Troop member or second favorite. Him and Crollo were really close. But he's a super cool character, and I would definitely not be surprised if he ended up getting a pop. Yeah. And that's all I can really say about Phaeton, besides he was really cool also in the Chimera Ant arc, when he fought the Chimera Ant arc one girl. And the last character I could see getting a pop would be Illumi. He would and this is the final spot, and the only person who doesn't have a pop I would probably have over him is Meruem, but I think Meruem is almost pop for sure getting a pop, so that's why I didn't have him at number 1. But Illumi's a really cool character, kind of similar like the another thing with or no, this is Killua's brother. I don't know what I was about to say, but yeah, Killua. It was cool seeing his interaction with Killua, especially once ever he changed in the first arc. It was really cool. So, yeah. So that would be my top 5. I could see, well, I guess technically top 10 characters and honorable mentions I could see getting Funko Pop. And thank you all for all the support on the latest videos, the likes, comments, and views. Mean a lot. So thanks for everything.